Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it. Okay. I'm back at it again, man. Listen, there's so much to discuss, okay? Football is here. It's back, all right? And the Jets have a game coming up on Monday night, and I am unbelievably excited about it. Oh, boy, man. Finally, we're going to get to watch, you know what I'm saying, those boys in green and white go out there and take care of business. All right, so we're going to be discussing the upcoming game against the Bills. We're also going to be discussing a comment by DJ Reed that had a lot of people in a tizzy, okay? We're going to be talking about that, a lot of things to move and shake. I am hyped. Listen, before I go crazy, let me get into the show. I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me because I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback because I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. Your boy is also on iTunes for you guys that don't know, for you folks that don't know, all right? Going over to iTunes, type in The Long Beach Joe Show, The Long Beach Joe Show. Subscribe to the podcast on there, okay? And please leave me some feedback. Give me a 5-star rating. Let me know how you feel about what I'm doing over here, okay, on the Long Beach Joe Show. You have a lot of fun, okay? So go ahead and listen to that. And again, leave me a 5-star rating and some feedback. Also, as well, I'm on Twitter, okay? Come on over to Twitter. Type in at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter, okay? Follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you right back. Let's go back and forth and talk about this football team, all right? I have a lot of great discussions on Twitter, and I definitely get into it with a lot of people. A lot of arguments, okay? For those of you that don't know, your boy be getting into a lot of back and forth. So, again, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Go back and forth. And then for those of you that do not know, we live stream the show. I know you folks are listening to me on the podcast. The iTunes people hit me up. Some people listen live on Blog Talk Radio as well. Okay, Blog Talk Radio / The Long Beach Joe Show. All right, some people listen to me from there as well. But guess what? We live stream the show on YouTube, for those of you that do not know. Okay, so come on over to YouTube, type in, okay, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe to the show there. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Give the videos a thumbs up, and just beware, okay? Beware when you come over to YouTube, okay? My chat, I call them the savages. You want to know why? Because they're savage. Listen, man, they do not care who you are, what you do, nothing. If they don't like what you're bringing to the table, they don't like your takes, they're going to let you know what time it is, all right? And I want to salute all the savages. I see you, all right? True Senate, Michael, Venom G, salute and respect to all of y'all. We got to show some respect to True Senate with the big donation. I said we have to show some respect to True Senate with the big donation, man. True Senate says, prepare for a crash landing because this plane is going down. Hashtag Bills Mafia. Okay. That's what he believes, okay? That's what he believes. But we all know that that's not true. Come on, True, all right? But I respect you, and I want to thank you for what you've given to the platform, okay? I respect it. As y'all see and hear, we have fans of all backgrounds come on over here and join what we're doing over here in the Long Beach Joe Show. But keep in mind, we are green first. We are Jets first, okay? All right? I got Aaron Rodgers. I got Sauce. All right? We don't play no games over here, okay? This is all green and white through and through. MetLife, okay? Get to know that. But salute and respect to you, True. I see you in the building. Salute and respect to everybody, okay? Dakota, Stokilo, all right? Now listen here. We've got quite a bit to discuss, okay? And we'll get to the calls in just a second. The lines are hot. They are open. 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I am taking all callers, okay? The lines are hot. Hold on 1 second. We just got to cover things really quickly, and I will get to everybody. Trust me. We're going to be talking about the game and all of that. Now, first I want to start really quick. DJ Reed. Oh, boy, oh, boy. DJ Reed had something to say, and it's got people in a tizzy, man. I'm not going to lie. It's got people up in arms, okay? Now, DJ Reed came out speaking with the media, and he said that he believes that the Jets' defense could be historical this upcoming season, and it got people thoroughly upset, and I have no clue why. And listen, I want you guys to hear this audio of what DJ had to say, and we're going to get to it. Here's the audio. What is the problem with that right there, what DJ Reed had to say? I thought it was beautiful. What was wrong with that? What was the issue there? All he said is, hey, if we focus and we go out there and we execute and we make sure that we win battle after battle, things are going to turn our way and we're going to be a great defense. And I don't really understand what people expected him to say. What did you expect him to say? Oh, we're going to be average. We're going to try to go out there and do the best that we can. Hopefully we'll get some things done. Hopefully we'll be winners. Maybe we'll try to overcome some things that we got going on, but we'll try our best to make plays. No. He's going to go out there and tell people, listen, we're the real deal, because guess what? The New York Jets defense is the real deal. They were ranked 4th overall last season and have tooled up and gained more weapons defensively. What is the problem here? For him to want to aspire to be, for him to want this defense to aspire to be like the 80, 85, 86 Bears or like the Legion of Boom. What is the problem with that? Why were there so many people upset about that? I don't get that. What is wrong with him being confident in his squad, being confident in his group? What is the problem? And even Sulla spoke to the media about this, and he spoke about DJ being confident in everything that we're doing here, and that every player across the league should be confident on all teams. And that if you aren't confident in what you're doing, if you're not confident in what your team is producing, if you're not confident in your unit, then you're going to be losing anyway. And if DJ Reed, who didn't disrespect any team in the league, by the way, he didn't say this team sucks and we're doing – no. He said this is what we're doing over here. This is what we inspire to be. This is what we aspire to do over here. Didn't disrespect anybody. Didn't take shots. Didn't say anyone else's name. No. He said if you have to utilize that, Sulla said if you have to utilize that as bulletin board material to fire you up, then you already aren't motivated. This is insanity to me. Why can't the Jets defense be historical? That's my question. Why not? Why? When you look around the league, right, when you look around this brand new NFL, what is the one thing that you have to compete at a high level defensively? You have to be able to rush the passer. You have to be able to do that. It's unanimous. Every top defense around this league, right, can rush the passer. All of them. Because if you can't rush the passer, guys like Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Herbert, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, all those guys can keep naming quarterbacks that are going to eat you alive. This is a passing league, and if you can't find a way to get to the passer, you're going to get destroyed. Well, guess what? The New York defense does have pass rushers that can get after it. Anybody know these guys? Quinnen Williams, one of the top defensive tackles in the league. Anybody know him? This guy's only one of the best in the league, had 12 sacks last season, had a big contract. He's coming back. He's ready to go. He's talked about how he's stepping into this season ready to maul people the same way he did last season. What about Carl Lawson? 7 sacks last season. And that was a year removed from an ACL injury. That was an Achilles injury. Year removed. Now we're coming back, right? This is the second year from that injury. He should be stronger and even better pass rusher. What about the other guys that we have as well? Huff, Jermaine Johnson, who's looking like he's playing with a level of conviction and physicality that is going to be unmatched. What about him? What about Jermaine Johnson taking that next step and showing people what time it is? JFM, John Franklin Myers doing business. Al Woods, we got in the building. You think you're going to run against the New York Jets? Nope. He's also going to push the pocket too. What about Quentin Jefferson? That can rush the passer as well and get after guys from that defensive tackle spot. And never mind the fact that we also drafted Will McDonald, who's already showing throughout preseason against starting offensive linemen that he's going to be a handful to deal with. Wow. We were dominating people's starting offensive lines in preseason. Starters, their starter and offensive lines were getting dominated by our second-string guys. I'm going to keep it real with you. Hell, some of those guys aren't even second-string guys. Some of those guys that were making plays, your Bruce Hectors, they aren't even on our active rosters. Kenzel Smart, phenomenal defensive lineman. He's on the practice squad. That's what we were doing. This Jets pass rush will be feared this season. It's already being talked about. Stories out. The NFL knows the New York Jets have a deep pass rushing depth here. They know that. It's been talked about how we're being feared. What about our secondary? One of the best secondaries in the league. Sauce is arguably the best corner in the league. DJ Reed, who is criminally underrated. You look at cornerback metrics, he's near the top in all of the metrics, all of it. Still no Pro Bowl, no All-Pro. He's already talked about it. He's going to shut that down this season so that you can't ignore him anymore. He's going to make it so that it's not close. You're going to know for a fact that he's that guy, even though you look around, he's already showing you that he's that guy. He's arguably a top 5 corner in this league. You can look at it, the metrics. Then you got Michael Carter II at nickel, phenomenal nickel corner. Whitehead, a good safety that's won a Super Bowl, know what time it is, where to get it. And then you got Tony Adams back there at safety as well. Linebackers, C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams. Why can't this Jets defense be a historical defense? Why can't this Jets defense set the tone week in and week out? Because that's what they did last season. So great last season, even though the offense struggled mightily throughout the season, we were still in playoff contention because of their efforts. They were on the field all game long last season and were still shutting things down, getting easy, quick 3 and out with no rest. 4th overall last season, 4th. This defense could be historical. Another reason why I believe this defense has a chance to be historical, I think a lot of people don't talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it. It's the impact of the New York Jets offense. The New York Jets offense will finish drives this season. They will finish drives because we have Aaron Rodgers. You know what that will do? It will allow this defense to get a rest, catch their breath, unlike last season, where they had to hold and try their best to just stay in the game. They were often out there gassed. No, you're going to get to sit back and hold your breath a bit, get your wind back, because they're going to be able to sustain drives and finish drives with points. Last year we played the Vikings. The New York Jets were in the red zone 6 times and only scored once. We should have beat them by 20-plus points, but they ended up beating us because we couldn't finish when it mattered the most. Guess what? I suspect the New York Jets will be playing with a lot of leads this upcoming season, which will then change the way that opposing offenses play against us. You're going to have to throw the ball. You're going to have to. because by the third quarter, early fourth, you're going to be down by like 20 points. So you're going to have to abandon your running game, which, by the way, is not going to work anyway because the Jets are going to shut that down. And you're going to have to throw the football. That's why when we drafted Will McDonald, I said, man, this makes a ton of sense because now when we're up, we're going to be able to close you out by rushing the passer. Because when you drop back and try to throw the ball, you're going to be meeting Mr. Carl Lawson up close and personal. You're going to be saying hello to Mr. Quinnen Williams up close and personal. You're going to be getting paid a visit by Mr. Bryce Huss, real close and personal. Mr. Jermaine Johnson is going to be all up and through your business, up close and personal. You will be meeting all of those people, including Will McDonald as well. He's a nice young gentleman. He'll be dropping by your residence as well. Yeah. That's what will help the New York Jets defense as well. So all this talk about the New York Jets not being DJ Reed shouldn't be talking about that. The New York Jets shouldn't be talking about having a historical defense. Why? Even Sulla, when he talked about it, he said, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, with aspiring to be LOB, aspiring to be the Bears. But he said, if I was sitting in front of DJ Reed, I would have told him, don't aspire to be those defenses, aspire to be better than them. There's nothing wrong with confidence. We're not the same old Jets. All right? We're not going to be the team you keep kicking around every year. That time is over. And speaking about that time being over, I want to talk to you folks real quickly. We'll get to the lines. 515-602-9639. The New York Jets have a game upcoming against the Buffalo Bills. I don't know if y'all know that. You know? I don't know if y'all know that. But we got a game coming up against the Bills, and I am hyped up. Okay? Now, listen, I'm looking at the New York Jets offense, and I need to see some production. I need to see this Jets offense get going and get hot early. I need the momentum to get built, and this is something I've been talking about, and we'll be talking about it tonight. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I'm getting to the lines in 2 minutes. The New York Jets have a brand-new offense that they've brought in with Nathaniel Hackett, a brand-new offensive system. There's a lot of guys. There's a couple guys here, okay, that are familiar, but there's a lot of guys that are brand new to the system. I want to see how quickly guys like Garrett Wilson, C.J. Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, various other guys as well, how quickly can we get acclimated to this system? We know that Nathaniel Hackett, Aaron Rodgers, Lazard, and a couple other guys are very familiar. Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers built the system. But how quickly can other guys get rolling under this new system with a lot of the new things that they've brought in? I want to see that. The New York Jets offense has to start hot. It has to start the season hot. And I understand the Bills. Yeah, we play the Bills. They're upcoming. But you also got to look. We got the Cowboys. We got Kansas City. We got other teams down the line that are real killers. And nobody is going to cry if the Jets offense is not up to snuff because it's a new scheme. They won't care. We've got to make sure that we can start hot, get momentum rolling, get points on the board early, finish drives, make adjustments when necessary if things aren't going right. I need to see that in this game. I need to see that. I'm also a little bit worried about the offensive line as well. We know last year they struggled, didn't play together all throughout this preseason. Dwayne Brown was on the pup for quite a long time. We now got Mekhi Becton, right, at right tackle. He's dealing with the illness currently. We'll be talking about that. He didn't practice today because of the illness. I'm hoping he's going to be all right, ready to go Monday night, because this Bills pass rush is no joke. Their defensive front is not playing any games. Rousseau, Floyd, Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, Milano, those guys get after it. They get after it. They are to be respected. Trust me. And I respect the Bills. And we've got to make sure we get those guys blocked, because the last thing I want to see is Aaron Rodgers running for his life. Anybody remember, the Bills are who broke Mike White's ribs. Anybody remember? There's a shot out there. I'm sure there's a picture, a video, when he got crushed and they were running through people. They don't take no funny business. They're coming, and they are bringing the lumber. They are not joking. This Bills defense is hard-hitting. and they don't care about you or anyone else. They do whatever they got to do. And let me tell you something. McDermott over there, those boys, they dial up them blitzes too. Trust. They will send the house if necessary. So we must make sure that we get those guys blocked up front and make sure that everybody's in the know about what we're doing out there offensively. I want to see what happens with Garrett Wilson and Lazard as well. They're going to be matched up. This Bills secondary is solid. Tre'Davious White, they got Poyer as well as safety. Hyde at safety, too. Those are two darn good safeties. But they got this guy, Benford. Benford's a new corner over there. He beat some people out. I think he was a 2026 round pick. That might be the guy that we have to focus on. That might be the guy that we have to look at and really try to take advantage of. I want to see what's going to happen with Mecole Hardman, the speed and explosiveness of him. I think he could end up having some opportunities for some deep shots, and I think the Jets tight ends are going to play a vital role within this upcoming game, a vital role. C.J. Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, I think they're going to have a lot of room, and we've seen Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett make it a point to get the ball to the tight ends, unlike we had with Mike LaFleur last season. His game plan really didn't focus on the tight ends too much. I also want to see if Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, how they're utilizing this game. Sulla did talk about them not being on the snap count. Okay? I'm wondering if they're going to give the ball to Breece Hall and just let him be the bell cow back. I'm wondering because I'm telling you, Breece, it don't look like nothing's wrong with him at all. It don't look like he even got injured. He's running, cutting. The second he got off the pup, he was in there on 11 on 11 and doing work. So I want to see what's happening with the New York Jets running back situation. I also think Michael Carter could really have a lot of opportunities in the passing game as well in this upcoming game. I'm looking at the Jets defense, and I'm wondering, hey, are we going to be able to get the rush after Josh Allen? Josh Allen is a mobile QB. Not only is he mobile, but he's big. He's like a damn oak tree running around, and he can move. He's not slow at all. And trust, if you try to weakly arm tackle him, he will drop his shoulder and run you over. He's done it to linebackers. Hell, he's bigger than some linebackers. Josh Allen will drop his shoulder and run through you like nothing. If we get to Josh Allen, we must wrap properly. We must. He's not your run-of-the-mill QB. He's not going to go down if you just breathe on him. No. You must wrap and drag him to the ground because otherwise he will shrug you off and you will be an ESPN to highlight. We also must be careful to not overrun him and give him a lane to take off because we know that he'll do that. So we've got to be very careful with how we rush against Josh Allen. But I tell you what, if we can get to Josh Allen, which I believe we will, he has a propensity to turn the ball over. We played them last year. We were getting after him, hassling him all day and night, interceptions. He also has a propensity to fumble as well. Strip sacks, all that stuff can be available. Ball security is an issue with him. Let's keep it real. So I'm wondering if the New York Jets pass rush, the Jets defense will be able to cause some turnovers. I'm looking at our secondary. I think we'll be able to keep Diggs, there's a lot of stuff going on with Stephon Diggs over there. Don't even ask me. All right. 1 week he don't want to be a Bill. The next week he's not showing up. The next week there's talks he want to be traded. Then everything's cool. I don't know what's happening over there with Stephon Diggs, but it's looking like he's going to play. Looking like he's going to be out there. Okay. Sauce and Reed, they're going to do work. I don't think Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs are going to have a huge game, but I am worried about the Bills' tight ends. From Knox and Dalton Kincaid, a young guy, whoa. All right? Now, Quincy Williams, good linebacker. C.J. Mosley, good. But Jamin Sherwood is the big question mark. He's the guy that we're wondering, can you step up and be the linebacker that we need you to be? He's the big question mark in our linebacking core. Everybody has the question about him. Can he be a quality starting linebacker here for the Jets? That's the big question. Can we hold these tight ends and have them not go off? Because historically, the New York Jets have struggled to cover the tight end position. Then you look at their running backs as well, James Cook, Harris Murray. We got to watch these guys. I don't think they'll run on us very well because they haven't most of the time we've played, but I tell you what, those guys slide out the backfield, and they can do work in the passing game. So we've got to be cognizant as well. Again, that's on the linebacking core. So that's how I'm breaking it down. We're going to get to the lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. But before I get there, I got to put some respect on Sto Kilo's name with the big donation. I said I got to put some respect on Sto Kilo's name with the big donation. Sto Kilo put it on the floor. He said the plane ain't going down. Going to go higher than any season before. Sto Kilo is talking that talk, buddy. Yeah, he's talking that talk. Sto Kilo salutes and thank you for that donation. Yeah, we got a Bills fan coming in here early saying the plane's going down. Sto said, no, brother, that's actually not happening. Actually, you better protect your neck. It's a different time and a different day. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Please, new callers, make sure that when you call in, you have a good connection. All right? Call me from a phone that you found in the dumpster of Home Depot. Also, make sure you don't have any crazy background noise. And for those of you that are new, please know we do not accept cursing on my platform, okay? Don't curse on my platform. I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster when you got Jamal Adams out of here. That was fast. Now they're dealing with him over there in Seattle. Good luck. It's a new time and a new day. All right? We got A-Rod. We about to start the season. Also, please give the stream a like. All right? Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also, share the stream across the social media with your friends and family. All right? And I appreciate everyone that does that. So we're going to get to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, we're going to go to Mike from Tom's River. We're going to Mike. Julio, 646 Rusty, we're coming to you in a second, but we got to get to Mike. Mike's on the line early. Mike salutes. I want to thank you for calling in. Mike, we got a lot of things moving and shaking with the New York Jets right now. Give me your thoughts, man, all right? DJ Reed comes out and says that he believes the New York Jets defense can be historical. How do you feel about that? Do you believe that to be true?
First of all, I think you were 100% right on your introduction, on everything you said, 100%. What he said, I believe it because, let's see, everybody in the NFL is an alpha male. They've won on every level they played on, right?
Yep.
Best of the –
Yep.
Right? You have to believe that. I want that guy in my foxhole, right? We're going to war. And I think they can. I really think they can be that.
Yeah, I think they can be as well. And like you said, these guys are coming out confident. It's not just like, hey, he's being confident out of nowhere. No, this guy's confident because he knows he's got a bunch of dogs around him. He's got talented players. Quentin Williams, not a bum. Neither is a host of other guys. Sauce is the best corner in the league, arguably. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Jets fan. I'm saying it because it's real. Listen to the analysts. They talk about them night in and night out. You got a bunch of really talented guys. Yeah, really talented guys defensively. It's insane to sit back and think this Jets defense was 4th overall last season with a bad offense that couldn't finish.
Yep.
Now we get Aaron Rodgers, got greater weapons, and with an offense that can finish, that's going to actually have a much better time of possession. And you believe that the New York Jets offense or defense, is not going to be better? That's insane. They're going to have a chance to really sit down and rest and catch their breath. Also, we got added weapons as well. We got guys taking a step forward, too. Bryce Huff, Jermaine Johnson taking a step forward. You got Will McDonald here showing you he's going to have an impact. It's insane to me. But that leads me to talk about the New York Jets' upcoming game against the Bills, Mike. As you can tell, I'm hyped up. What are your expectations for Aaron Rodgers and this Jets offense against the Bills?
I think they're going to come out of the gate swinging. I really do. I mean, I'm like, how many carries is Hall going to have? You know, I would give him maybe 12 to 15, maybe, you know, and have finished. It depends how hot it gets because if Hall just like starts ripping like 70-yard runs, you know, it's like, oh, you know, hold him back, you know. But I think we're going to be unstoppable. I have such a good. I think we're going to be like 13-4 this year. I really do. That's my gut feel. You know, I'm not trying to be a homer, but I really think that we're going to be really, because you got to figure it this way: we're going to be playing with a lead, and then once the other team can't run the ball anymore and they're down by like 14, whatever, they're going to start having to pass the ball, and then turnovers are going to happen. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is, and you're right there. You're talking that talk. You're speaking the truth. Now, my final question for you, Mike. I'm a little concerned about the New York Jets offensive line. All right? They haven't played together all as once on the front. We know, offensive linemen, they have to gel. They have to have that camaraderie. They have to have that cohesion. You also got Mekhi Becton now dealing with the illness. He wasn't at practice today. I'm hoping everything's going to be up to snuff with him when game time comes. How concerned are you about the Jets' offensive line going into this upcoming game against this Bills defense that is ferocious?
Not really, because we got some big boys on there. Only thing with Becton, you know, like now with the illness coming up, like that's question mark. You know, I'm like, come on, man, just play the game. The one thing I worry about is the first time he gets rolled up upon on his legs from behind. You know, that's what I'm worried about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, none of that happens from behind. I think Mekhi's been looking solid. Again, a lot of strength in that knee, but I'm a little concerned about this illness. Again, it wasn't disclosed what it is. Sounds just like, regular run-of-the-mill stuff. So we'll see what happens. But, this Jets offensive line has got to be up to snuff. Now, before I let you go, Mike, give me your final score prediction for the New York Jets' upcoming game against the Bills on Monday night.
Ooh, I'm going to say 31-21.
31-21 who?
Jets.
31-21 Jets. That's what Mike Man, it's straight from Tom's River. Listen, Mike, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Hey, I will, definitely.
Absolutely. We keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers again. Please be patient. We will get to everybody. Trust me, the lines are cooking. Next, I'm going to go to my guy, Colin. Julio, Rusty, hold on. Other new callers as well. Hold on. Especially Julio. You're going to be up next after this because I want to talk to you. All right? But we got to get to Colin, okay? Because Colin's going to talk that talk. First off, Colin, I apologize. Trying to get to your last show. I remember it vividly and lost you in the hole. But here you are, and you're back, okay? And we're going to be talking that talk. Colin, I've been going back and forth, man. I've been going back and forth with a lot of people. I'm looking at this New York Jets upcoming game against the Bills, man. What are your expectations for Aaron Rodgers in this game? I mean, what do you want to see him do when he goes out there?
Hey, first of all, good evening, Joe. Good evening to the Savages. And just so you know, Joe, I bought myself a ticket to go to the game, so I'm going Monday.
Okay.
Got me my Aaron Rodgers I got my jersey as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to be full support when Aaron Rodgers comes out on the field. I just couldn't miss that moment.
Listen.
So
Colin already knows.
I will.
That place is going to be crazy, Colin. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped for you. MetLife is going to be rocking. I already know it. I can hear the chant. Go ahead, though, Colin. Let us know, man.
Yep. So I just wanted to, put that out there that I will be at that game. And I'm excited. I'm excited just like any Jets fan who is excited to see what Rodgers is going to do with this team. So, I can't wait. I can't wait for them to put a spanking in Buffalo.
Yep.
What was your question, Joe?
For you, so I know you're excited. You're going to the game. You're hyped. And I'm looking at the situation, and there's a lot of people that think that Rodgers has to meet some sort of number as far as stat lines for them to really get a warm, fuzzy feeling about him and the New York Jets. Does Rodgers have to come out and throw for like 300 yards and multiple touchdowns for you to get the same positive feeling about the direction of the football team this upcoming season?
No, I don't think Rodgers has to throw for 200 yards as long as we win the game. That's what matters. What matters more is if Rodgers threw for 400 yards and we lose the game, what does that matter, right? What matters more is a W. So if Rodgers throw for 200 yards and the Jets win, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, it's the W that's going to count. So for me, it's not about his stats, but it's about more so playing smart, right? Just the team playing smart and not causing turnovers, penalties, none of that stuff. They got to be smart. Rodgers is a very smart quarterback, so he's going to know when to get rid of the ball, and that it's going to come down to just being smart. Like Salah said, it's about being smart. Being smart how you use the players, how you use Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. Just be smart. That's it. Stats is more for fantasy football. 300 yards, 400 yards, 3-4 touchdowns. At the end of the day, you got to win. So, for me, it's just getting that win, getting that first win under our belt, and silence a lot of the critics out there. Because just don't win this game. You're not going to hear the end of it. So for me, it's you're not.
No, listen.
Right?
Listen.
I mean,
like you said as well, it's going to be tough. If we look, I just want to see Rodgers go out there, and this is when I was going back and forth with a lot of people that were saying, "Hey, look, he's got to go out there and throw for 300 plus. He's really got to show everybody that he can dominate before he'll get my respect and my acceptance." And I'm like, listen, I want him to go out there and play smart, play sound football, get the ball out of his hands quickly, make the right decisions, hit the open guy, and let those guys go out there and make plays. That's all he's got to do. You know what I'm saying? Finish in the red zone. Maintain drives, maintain long drives, and finish them with scores. That's all I want to see. I don't care if he throws for 150. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the running game is cooking, because that may be what wins us the game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Bills have a setup defensively where it's like, all right, we're going to limit what Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to do out here, but that's going to hurt us because we might not be able to defend the run as well. You never know. Aaron Rodgers may check down into some things, see what's going on out here, audible into plays where our running game is going to be dominant. All I want to see is him go out there, be Aaron Rodgers, take care of the football, and us to get that W. So I'm right there with you, Colin. I'm right there with you. But
I think a lot of people.
Go ahead.
I think a lot of people are confused. They apparently think it's Zach Wilson that's starting and not Aaron Rodgers. I don't think people realize what's going out on the field for us. They're still like in that shadow of Zach Wilson or something. It's Aaron Rodgers going out there for us. It's not Zach Wilson. Aaron Rodgers knows how to command a team, how to move the ball down the field, how to put points on the board. So I'm least worried about that. That's the least thing on my mind. For me, it's more so our defense, right? It's not. I'm not worried about the offense. It's our defense. Our defense needs to go out there and shut Josh Allen down. Don't let this guy run for 25, 30 yards, and you just contain him. Bring the pressure every single time. Against him. So I think that's the main thing. Just contain Allen, and that's all you need to worry about right now.
Listen, Colin, you and I was going right there. I was going to go to the defense with you, but you make a great point because I talked about it earlier. Josh Allen is a big quarterback. He's like, I'm telling you, he's like a big bear. He just takes off running. If you overrun him and you allow him a lane, he'll take off. He'll find that lane and get going. And once he gets going, he really can pick up yards and drive and run straight through people. He'll extend drives utilizing his feet. And so we've got to be very careful with how we rush him. We've got to be very careful keeping our lanes intact and making sure that he doesn't get that daylight. And when we do get to him, they must wrap when they tackle. They must.
Yes,
if you try to arm tackle or lazily tackle Josh Allen, man, we've seen it too many times. He will shrug you off and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Shrug you off, move over a little bit, and keep it. He's too big. He's too strong for you to try to just lazily tackle him. And you'll bounce right off of him. If you just try to blast him, we've seen that too. People just try to throw everything at him.
Yep.
He'll bounce right off and he'll laugh and he'll throw the football down the field. You got to watch it when you deal with him. You got to watch it, Colin. So that was a great point there. But my next question for you, you talk about Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. What are your thoughts about that matchup with our corners? Do you think that Sauce and Reed will be able to keep those guys in check?
Yeah, I'm not worrying about their wide receivers, because Sauce, DJ Reed. I mean, listen, we have a defensive rookie of the year. We didn't, Sauce Gardner is not the defensive rookie of the year for no reason, right? The guy shut down Jamar Chase when we played the Bengals,
Mm-hmm.
So, Stephon Diggs, listen, again, if you're getting to Josh Allen quick enough, right, you don't have to worry about Diggs and Gabe and these guys, So our pass rushers got to get there. They got to get there, and Sal is going to rotate these guys in and out, so you're going to have a lot of fresh legs the entire game rushing Josh Allen. So, you keep bringing the heat on him, eventually he's going to collapse. So, I mean, your star receivers, they will get their catches, But again, if you don't give Josh Allen enough time to sit back there and throw the 65-yard pass down the field, then you don't have to worry. So you gotta get the pressure on him, so that he has to get rid of the ball much quicker than he would like to. So, I think that you play smart, I think, Joe, and, you get a lead in this game, and Buffalo will just be in the rearview mirror the entire time. You just got to, like you said, don't overshoot your gap, tackle your guy, don't go flying past a guy and then allow the guy to run 10, 15 yards down the field. Just be smart and make your tackles.
Yeah.
So
no, listen,
they don't have a running game for us to really worry about, too. Yeah. I don't think they have a running game for us to worry about. So,
Yeah, even then, like you said as well, I'm not concerned with their running game. And again, I'm not disrespecting their backs. I know that Cook and Murray and Harris, those are good guys, but I'm just a little bit worried about the running backs coming out of the backfield as well. We've seen the Jets struggle with that, especially with Jamin Sherwood, which I got some question marks about him. I want to see what he's going to be able to do, because the Bills are serious business, and that's why I'm concerned about their tight end position. But before I let you go, Colin, because you brought the heat, man, give me your final score prediction. Jets, Bills, Monday night. Tell me who's going to win, who's going to lose, man.
First of all, I don't think it's going to be high scoring, because both teams going to have some rust, right? So probably somewhere around maybe 23-17 Jets.
23-17 Jets. That's what. Listen, Colin, it was phenomenal to speak with you tonight. I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Yes, Joe. Take care.
Absolutely. You have a good one. Listen, Colin calling in. We'll keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers, okay? Also, please give the stream a thumbs up no matter where you're from, where you're watching me at. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. If you want to give to the platform, the Super Chat is there. Cash App is also at the bottom of the screen. If you prefer to give to the platform that way, that option is available, all right? And as always, folks, when you call in, don't curse on my show. For those of you that are new, I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than we got Elijah Moore out of here. That was That was fast. That was very fast. He's with the Browns. That was fast. We're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in next. I'm going to my guy, Julio. Julio, I'm coming to you. Rusty, North Carolina, I'll be coming to you in a second. New callers, hold on as well. Lines is hot. We're getting to everybody. Now, before I let Julio go, where have my manners been all night, okay? For those of you that do not know Julio,
how you been?
I apologize for all my savages I did not recognize, okay? I apologize about that. All right, I'm so hyped, I'm so fired up. Julio, salutes. How's everything been going with you, man?
Oh, man, about moving and getting stuff together, I've been very busy. But let me tell you, I got some fire for you. Some fire for you.
Talk to me. Jets, Bills, how are you feeling? Let me know.
I'm feeling great. I'm going to tell you something. I'm about to give you some stats. And this will take care of every question that you... Did you know 4 games that Aaron Rodgers played career-wise against Buffalo? He threw for 941 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4 possessions. All right?
I didn't know that.
Done that.
Julio bringing some stats.
Dalvin Cook. Last year, Dalvin Cook ran for 81 rushing yards on the first play and scored a touchdown against that same Buffalo defense that we talking about. And guess what's the beauty of it?
Aaron Rodgers, what's the beauty?
Is 9-0 on Monday Night Football, career-wise.
That's listen, Julio's bringing some stats right now. I'm feeling Julio talking that talk. He said all these stats making him. So you're feeling confident going into this game because you think we got some guys that have seen quite a bit of success against this Bills football team. Am I right, Julio?
Yeah, you got to think. Robert Saleh built this defense about stopping Allen. Notice Josh Allen for the last 3 years been struggling with us. And last year was the first time we got to beat him at home over here in New York. First game, Monday night. Guess who's not playing? Von Miller.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something. That Bills football team is a tough team, all right? And then we know Von Miller, he's dealing with this situation, but he's on a PUP. I think he's going to miss the first 4 games, right? But even without him, right, that team's defense is unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
They still get after the passer. They still can rush. Rousseau, they got a host of guys. Rousseau, Floyd, even Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones. These are guys that can rush the passer, bro. They can get after you. And not just that, they also send blitzes as well. We know McDermott, they turn up the heat. They'll throw everything in the kitchen sink at you. So that leads me to my first question for you, Julio. You look at this situation, man. How concerned are you about our offensive line? Because I understand you feel confident about Aaron Rodgers, but he's still got to be protected. They haven't played together all throughout preseason. Now we got Becton dealing with an illness. You're not concerned at all about that going up against a Bills?
No. You know why? Aaron Rodgers let the ball out of his hand. By the time them edges come and that defensive tackle try to come, he already let it go. Aaron Rodgers do not hold. He already got planned pinpoint where he's going to throw. It's like dots. Whoop, got you. Whoop, got you. Aaron Rodgers is a mastermind. And with Buffalo, you know, he don't score a lot, but he knows how to do it. He just that superstar that is very smart. So Buffalo can try all that. It's not Zach Wilson behind there. You saw when the Giants tried to throw that blitz on him, and he ran, and he just let the ball go, and guess who could score the touchdown? Boom.
Okay.
I'm going to say boom because that Garrett Wilson, he caught it, started doing the little Elvis dance. Just to let you know, I'm not concerned with this offense. As a matter of fact, this offense is going to play way better than last year.
Okay.
Because they know what they got to do. Aaron Rodgers only need like 5 seconds just to do his thing and throw it. because that defense going to be coming, but he's going to destroy them defense that split on that blitz. Because that's one of Aaron Rodgers' strong side. You blitz him, he's going to burn you downfield.
Yeah, he can dial it up. You're speaking some facts. Listen, Julio, my final question, all right, before I let you go, Breece Hall, look, I'm telling you, he's going to play. Dalvin Cook's going to play. Sulla came out and talked about how they're not going to be on a snap count. I'm excited to see this. What are your expectations of Breece Hall? Do you think they're going to give him the football and just let him be the bell cow back?
I think they're going to start with Dalvin, and then Breece Hall going to come at the end. They're going to try to keep them both fresh.
Okay. How many carries are you expecting for each of them?
I think Dalvin will get about 60 to 40. Dalvin will get to 60 and Breeze about 40. Get them in.
60-40 out of 100, or are you talking 60 carries and 40 carries?
No, what I'm saying, 60% Dalvin Cook in the game.
Okay.
Touches.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Okay, I was just making sure. Some people be they got things on their mind.
And before you let me go, I love the score that he gave earlier, the last guy that talked. Khan, I think it was.
Yeah, give me your final score prediction.
24-17, Jets win. Monday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers, 200 and something yards with 2 touchdowns.
All right. Listen, Julio, I got to slide off. I want to thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
You too, buddy.
All right. Listen, Julio bringing some heat. I had to check and see what was going on. Some people be calling here crazy. When he said 60-40, I've had people calling here with some crazy things. I was like, what? But, he said, hey, percentage. I said, all right, let's get it. Okay. I got to check. I'm just saying. All right. Got to check. Got to see what's going on around here. Make sure things is on the up and up. All right. Also, keep in mind that the New York Jets have done some things as well. They worked out Kenny Galladay, Jeff Smith, Fortier. Also extended offensive assistant Mac Brown. Keep in mind he works at the tight ends. There's been some real good signings around the league as well. Guys are getting paid. Nick Bosa agreed to a 5-year, $170 million extension with the 49ers with a $122.5 million guaranteed. That's $34 million a year for Nick Bosa. Whoa. Nick, can I have $1? All right. I'm hurting over here. Just $1, okay? Joe Burrow also reached an agreement as well with the Bengals. 5-year, $275 million extension that includes $219 million guaranteed, which makes him the highest paid player in NFL history. Wow. This guy's getting to the money, okay? Just want to make sure I put that out there for everybody. Joe, Nick, can I have $1? All right? Your boy don't know where his next peanut butter and jelly sandwich is coming from. I'm just saying, y'all getting it. Y'all got it. I need some as well, okay? But we're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers again. Please be patient. We will get to everybody. Also, all the savages in the chat, please keep putting your questions and your statements in the chat. I will come to you, okay? But I'm one man. We got callers on the line as well. GVH in the chat says, Joe, the same way you name drop Val when it comes to calling in, did you hear Sulla's name drop more without saying his name? He called out the me first people, and I liked more. For those of you that do not know, Connor McGovern came out and spoke with the media recently and talked about how great of a job Joe Douglas has done with getting rid of a lot of the cancers in the locker room, a lot of the guys that, weren't necessarily the best personality-wise a fit. He talked about how now this football team is full of guys that love the game and they're really good people as well as good players. And that's what has mattered the most in turning the New York Jets organization around to what we have now. That was big. There's been a lot of guys in and out of here that, people have talked about. I'm not going to speculate the names, but, there's been names. So that was big as well. So, it's great to hear. And now here we are. Jets Bills around the corner. We got everybody fired up. This new season's around the corner. And we're ready to turn up and make sure the New York Jets are represented, man. Let's go. We'll get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, we're going to go to my guy, Rusty. Rusty, we're coming directly to you, North Carolina, King Lowski. Other new callers, hold on. We'll come to you guys in a second. For those of you that do not know, this man, Rusty, Savage.
What's up, Savage? Love my fellow Savages and fans. What's up, Joe? Salute.
Savages I missed. Salutes, Rusty. It's always good to speak with you, man. We're fired up, hyped up. Monday night around the corner, Jets, Bills, we're all ready to go,
Woo.
Rared up, ready to see the New York Jets go out there and rip the Bills apart. Listen,
we're designed to, literally.
Aaron Rodgers. Listen, Aaron
I'm
Rodgers,
dead serious, man.
A lot of expectations on him going into this game.
He just got to be a pilot.
What are you expecting to see out of Aaron Rodgers in this offense against the Bills, man?
My bad, Joe. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I just been chopping at the bit, you know? It is what it is. I honestly see it as like we're going to frustrate the heck out of the Buffalo miserable Bills. Like, it's going to be like that, man. It really is. And honestly, too, like, there's dysfunction amongst their group. You know, them and Diggs, they might say, yeah, we're cool. We know that's false. You know? Like, It's not true. There's something unsettling. It sort of reminds me of Sanchez and Holmes when we had him, the dude from Pitt. You know, remember him, Mr. Toe Tapper? He was nasty with that, but it was what it was. And I just see us clicking on all cylinders. And like that other gentleman said prior, man, like we are built to literally kill the Bills. Like. You know me, I'm just skeptical about, Florida just because of our past things. Our luck with Florida. Now, JJ, I'm knocking on wood again, looking promising, loving it. Same thing, we got Dean the Third. He's staying on our squad. That's also a great thing. And it's just looking very promising because the way that it is, okay, you want to have a mobile big quarterback? Go ahead. We're going to catch you. If you're going to have a mobile big quarterback, we're going to send JJ after you. He could do it. He's an elk hunter. He could do it. That's what I call these big, stupid quarterbacks that are fast and stuff. They're elks. And then if you want to play around and, you want to be like fast, like an Mbach or whatever the hell they're called, we'll send McDonald on you. He'll chase you down and he'll hit you with fury. Then if you want to stay in the pocket and be a pocket press passer, good luck, man. Q's going to come and deliver on you. Same with Woods. And the beautiful part is, like, we don't have to send our linebackers. So, so we're just sending our line at you to go kill you. So you're in desperation to throw over the middle to have one of your relief guys for a tight end or for, an outside running back. Now all of a sudden we have our safeties and our linebackers hunting because our cornerbacks and slot cornerbacks are busy covering those guys. And we're in a zone. It's like a man zone. So it's Pick City, homie. You know what I mean? It's gonna be monsters of Midtown, bro. It's gonna be insane. 70 sacks plus. It's just gonna be ridiculous.
Okay, listen, you're saying 70 sacks again. I think the Eagles had 70 sacks last season. Okay, they had 70 sacks, or you said 70 plus. They had 70 sacks last season. Okay,
I mean, as the New York Sack Exchange, we got 66. Yeah, I think we're tuned more, man. Honest to God, and we have more games. Okay, Nothing against the great Klecko and that. That Sack Exchange is the best. Yeah. Just saying, we're on par.
And I'm not knocking anybody that's talking about the New York Jets having having high sack numbers because guess what? We got Huff. Again, you named all those guys. Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson taking the next step. I could see us having high sack totals. Yeah, and a lot of people have. For some reason.
Yeah, you're right.
So I can see the high sack totals, but when you look at this situation as well, I'm a little concerned with this defense. I understand our front four can get pressure on you, but I'm a little bit worried about Jamin Sherwood, and it seems like no one's talking about this Jets linebacker core, okay? Now, look, C.J. Mosley, great backer.
I'm with you.
We know he's up in age, though, right? Quincy Williams, solid linebacker. But Jamin is the big question mark. And when you look at the Bills, they got some solid tight ends. Knox, Kincaid, those guys can move. Those guys can make plays. Are you as concerned with the linebacking court, Jamin Sherwood mainly, as I am when you're matching up with the Bills that are known for making their tight ends, go to work?
Yes, Joe, and no at the same time. More no. And it goes back to it goes back to what I was saying a little bit before. Is just we're gonna have those guys, our four, our keys barreling down. You can't double everybody. So in a panic, since we're playing also cover man, to where it's cover zone with our linebackers, to where men are on the cornerbacks, and then we basically have a safety in the zone. Dude, it's like it's the craziest QB trap. It really is. It's like a cyclone if you look at it, because there's no really place safe unless you make an absolute perfect ball, and there's no room for tips. If there's tips, that's up, you're done. If you freak out a little bit, you think a tenth of a second too quick or after, you're done. So I think we got that perfect storm to where we can hide him in that way, to where we can get his confidence and then build upon that. And then, because we're going to have to start looking, stinks to say, we're going to have to look to, replace Mosley in the future, near future, probably the next year and a half, 2 years. Listen. But it's just, you got to do it. And it's a beautiful thing, but you just gotta, and then, I don't know, man, it's just, I've never felt this way before, and I've always seen it before. They bashed us on MTV, on ESPN, to where they were like, this is the Jets' year. Meanwhile, we were never really saying it. We always felt that. We only really ever felt that sort of in the Rex years, but not really, because he talked a lot. But then we felt we got our grounds later on in the season where the guys are, they manned up. And then we had Parcells, of course. Then, in the earlier years of Richard Todd and, with that whole thing, and then we got screwed in Cleveland. But, this is our time, man.
No, listen, I'm fired up as well, but there's a lot of things, I'm looking as well. I'm very observant. We do this show. I'm looking at this situation, and I'm a little going back to the Jets.
I want to criticize us.
I want to see how we're going to handle going into this year. We're facing a very tough defense, that is the Bills. We know they're a good team as well. It's a brand new offense. And so that leads me to ask you, are you concerned about in-game adjustments? We saw that be an issue for the New York Jets last season, particularly offensively. We know that the Bills, they changed their looks. They disguise a lot of things. We know that they're also very good adjusters defensively. Are you concerned about in-game adjustments offensively for the New York Jets with Nathaniel Hackett bringing in this new system? Do you think the guys are going to be up to snuff as well?
No, only because last year I'd say yes with LaFraud or LaBouffe, whatever he wants to be. I don't care. I'm sorry I'm sorry he's in your state, brother. I really am, but but it is what it is. At least he's not part of us anymore. But I would have said yes, but I mean, good God, they have it dialed in so much to where they don't have to be afraid of oopsie, just tell me. That's it. And Rodgers even said it himself. He's like, look, man, I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be respected, and you should respect yourself. Once we're all on that same page, it is what it is. You're good. We'll pick each other up. You could tell sort of, too, like Kansas City, they're starting to crumble. Tony, they weren't talking to him on the sidelines last night. Those oops ops, those gone to his head. After that pick six, definitely. Dude, he was awesome in the Super Bowl. Think about it. They're divided. It's different, man. Yo, I'm telling you, we're a unit. We are gangrene. You become a part of us. We're taking legs. We're taking arms. That's it, man. There's not a body part safe. That's it. We're coming for everything, and that's the NFL.
My final question before I let you go, Rusty, Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook going to be out there playing. Someone said neither one of those guys are going to be on a snap count, man. What are your expectations from them? And do you think that Breece Hall will just be given the football as our bell cow back?
Better be on a very, 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 not close to cursing, but I so wanted to. Breece better be on. I definitely won't. I respect you, fam. Breece better not be on a freaking account. Like, he better be on account, I should say. He better not be the bell cow. If you're going to bell cow it, cook it up, throw in some MC and, a little bit of abracadabra. Do not beat that guy up. Like, get his legs underneath him. It's bad enough that we're starting him already. I wish that we did it until after the bye. But, you got to, they're like, it's like a racehorse. What are you going to do? Tell it not to freaking run when they're a free spirit? Or I should say a wild Mustang. That's actually a better example. But, like,
and I'm telling you, listen,
that's how I'm feeling, man.
Breece has been looking so good in practice. I was right there with you. That they should, try to ease him in there.
Is there two Adrian Petersons? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't know.
Listen,
it's weird, man. That doesn't happen.
I hear you. I'm telling you. I was all about being cautious and all that until I saw him in that 11-11. I seen him in practice. And then a couple of days, like, he kept doing the same thing. He's cutting, and there's no issues. He's catching footballs, running. He's moving in different directions. It looks like there's nothing wrong with him.
That's true, but Joe, you and I both know though too, because we've definitely. I know I can tell by just how you talk and how you are, and definitely everything else. That you've played football before, so when we're part of the times, when there's 2 days in the freaking summer, they don't do that anymore, man. They don't even know about that.
Yeah.
We're fossils.
Yeah.
So like we when we went animal against each other, and then even when we had, neighboring schools, and then, been hurt and stuff before badly, it's not the same when there's a different in-game speed and there's a different, like when there's a game, I don't know, for me, and I can tell by how your character you are too, it was like you change. It's like that switch, like how what Clemens is. It's like kill everybody. This is my family.
Yeah.
Whatever happens on the field. That's it, man. Sorry. But, I love you afterwards, But it's a serious, it's war. Literally is. This is my brothers. We put in blood, sweat, and tears, literally, and that's it. That's the only. I mean, it's just that little tenth of a fraction quicker, that type of thing. That just, I just hope they limit him. You know what I mean? That's it. Don't put him in goal-line situations. Put him in, not in thirds. Put him in. I don't know. I don't know. We got something. He's our golden goose.
Yeah, you want to be.
He really is. If you think about it,
I get it. Yeah, I get it. You don't, but I can't blame them if they go out there and say, "Listen, we're gonna give you the ball until you get tired." Because
they better not, man. Like there better be on a leash on the coaches too. Like how they put a leash on us when it's like, "Are you hurt?" I hope they put a leash on the coaches too, man. So be like, "Yo, pull him out."
Yeah, they'll do it right by him, I know it. But I'm telling you, if Breece, the way that Breece is looking, but that's just my thing.
Yeah.
So listen, Rusty, before
it's weird.
I let
I'm with
you. Yeah, give me your final score prediction. Jets, Bills. How are you feeling about the game? Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses?
Oh, dude, we're gonna bury him. Like it's gonna be. This is gonna be a payback, like significance. And then I'm telling you, I honestly, I see an embarrassment on them. Man, I speak from the heart. I honestly think it's probably going to be I think it's going to be 32-17, but that 7 points. That's
17 Jets?
Jets, yeah. That's 7 points that Dak Allen gets.
Go ahead, finish
Josh Allen and Diggs will crumble. Will be the beginnings of it.
Okay. Listen, Rusty, I got to slide off. I got to get to these other callers. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Definitely. Let's go, Jets. Crazy like a fox. Salutes, fam. Fellow savages. Let's go.
I'm talking about. He said 32-17. They will, Diggs and Josh Allen will crumble. Okay. People call it in, they talking that talk. I'm just the guy listening. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, Jets fans are feeling different. There hasn't been one person that's predicted a loss tonight. Not one, okay? We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. GVH in the chat, Savage, says, Joe, if you have time, what type of offense do you think we'll put out there versus the Bills? Do you predict a lot of two tight ends, fullback uses, two backs? Salutes, love to the show and the Savages. Listen, thank you, GVH, for being in the chat. I think we will see some two tight end looks as well. I think that we'll see it depends on what shape the offensive line is in. I think they'll do quite a bit, try to run the football early. I think we'll try to soften them up with that a bit. And I think it's going to be a lot of things where we see just Aaron Rodgers getting the ball out of his hands quickly. But I do, again, predict a lot of tight end usage. Not only do I think we'll see Tyler Conklin and C.J. Uzomah, I think we'll see Jeremy Ruckert out there actually doing something too. Finally. Remember, he was like deactivated for so many games last season. I think we'll see him be utilized as well. And I think that's going to be because the Bills, I feel like, are going to try their best to double or bracket Garrett Wilson. I think that's going to be their game plan against us, is to take Garrett Wilson away. This guy that everybody thinks is going to have, a crazy season, which I believe he will, but they're going to be like, no, you're not going to beat us with him. You're going to have to beat us with everybody else. And I think that that's what's going to happen. So I think that's going to open up opportunities. And I will say I do think that we'll be utilizing those running backs. And I know Breece Hall, we talk about him. I think he's unbelievable. We'll see what he looks like in live game action against the Bills. We'll see how they handled him. And I think they're going to give Dalvin Cook some carries. But I think the guy that's coming into this game that is slept on, that I think is going to have an impact, particularly in the passing game, is going to be Michael Carter, the running back Michael Carter, okay? I think that he's going to be able to slide out and do some things in the passing game and get some work. I think he's going to be running in space because they can't cover everybody, all right? You're going to have Lazard on one side, Garrett Wilson. You're going to have those tight ends out there, and I feel like Michael Carter is going to be able to run into a lot of open space, and especially because Aaron Rodgers is going to want to get the ball out of his hands quickly for them checkdowns, and Carter's going to be able to do some work. He's going to be bouncing off of people and rolling. So that's my guy that I think is, being slept on, that's not being talked about, that's going to have a big-time impact in this upcoming game. But salute to GVH in the chat. Please keep throwing your questions. I'll come to y'all when I can. All right, because these lines is hot. We're getting back to the lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Next! I got to go to my guy from North Carolina. King Lowski will be coming to you next. New callers, hold on. We'll come to y'all as well. But we're going to North Carolina because we know he got something to talk about. For those of you that don't know, this man from North Carolina, savage. Listen, this man knows what he knows, and he knows these Jets. It's been a little bit, my friend. It's good to speak to you again. All right? Good to see you back here. Listen, there's a lot of things moving and shaking around the New York Jets. I want to start with you with this, though. DJ Reed, came out and said that he believes the New York Jets defense this year could be historical. And there's been people that's in a tizzy about it. Upset. I got people in my DMs. I'm going back and forth with people. Oh, DJ Reed's an idiot. DJ Reed should have said that. And it's not just the outside people. Some of Jets fans were upset about this, too. DJ Reed needs to shut his mouth and blah, blah, blah. How do you feel about DJ Reed saying that he believes the New York Jets defense can be historical? Give me your thoughts.
I think he's on to something.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was just preseason, I can feel the energy. They seem to feed on one another. You can see them celebrating together. It's scary. What it is, they get in that sense of how good they are and how powerful they are. We're going to find that out Monday night. I'm telling you something, buddy. New Sac City is coming to town, and it's not going to be pretty. Josh Allen's going to find that out the hard way. See, what it is, what Joe Douglas has successfully done is built one of the most formidable defensive lines in the NFL. I've been waiting for decades to see the resurrection of the New York Stock Exchange, and we've seen it. But the only difference is far worse. as much respect as I have for Klecko, Gasno, my boy Martin Lyons, and Abdul Salam, this unit is scarier because they come 3 levels deep. The New York Stock Exchange, the original unit, was 1 level deep. This unit is 3 levels deep. People don't realize that, how scary that is. You know what I'm saying? And offensive lines will start getting tired, and they'll just keep coming and keep laying it on and keep laying it on. And eventually, your protection is going to break. And what we're going to see Monday night is that sometimes they're going to come off so fast, it's going to look like they're blitzing. But when you see the instant replay, you're going to say that's one guy. When you see it again in slow motion, oh, my goodness. You didn't realize how fast they're coming off. And what it is, they're going to shut Buffalo down. I'm predicting they're going to beat them 24-9. They're going to only manage 3 field goals, and nobody can see this coming. They're going to shut them down. I'm telling you, they're going to shut them down.
Okay. Now, listen, I want to keep going with you. Stay with me, because you gave us a score prediction, all right? But I want to get your thoughts on this. You talked about shutting them down. You talked about our defense dominating them. I believe we have a chance to do that. But are you concerned about the mobility of Josh Allen? We talk about rushing the passer, right? But also, you got to watch how you rush him. Because if you give him a lane, we all know, old Josh, he'll take off. And he ain't just running with a look. No, he's running with power. He'll drop his shoulder and run straight over a linebacker. We've seen him run through safeties before like nothing, like he's a running back. Remember, I used to call him a glorified running back back in the day before he had those MVP candidate seasons, right? I did. It's on record, okay? But are you concerned about his mobility and how that could change the game for them offensively with him being able to extend drives utilizing his feet?
I think I would be a little bit more concerned if it was Rex's defense, which relied on blitzes, and where you have that blitzing defender, and if he happens to miss or not wrap him up, where he could break loose, and then there's nothing but daylight. But because the Jets rush forward and drop everybody back, I think we'll be fine. Josh Allen will pick up his yards here and there. There's nothing you can do about that. He's gonna gain something because he's too good. He's too athletic. He's too powerful not to be picking up any positive yardage. But what I'm saying is when it come time, every time they get inside Jets territory and get a whiff of scoring, the Jets going to put the clamps on them and they're going to just shut them down. You're going to see Josh Allen get frustrated. They're going to force them to punt. The Jets are going to pretty much win the battle, battle of field position the whole night. And that's where Buffalo is going to be the one that's going to crack because we've got Aaron Rodgers. See, this time everybody's kind of underestimating the Jets. They're thinking that Sam Darnold's still our quarterback or Zach Wilson. This time we have a competent, seasoned, grizzled professional in Aaron Rodgers. And I feel so not just confident, I feel a sense of calm. You know, I'm an old Jets fan, going back to 1980, you know, when Richard Todd was the quarterback. If you're old enough to remember that, there's a calmness I feel, you know, with Aaron Rodgers, kind of self-assured that I've never felt this before. And we've had Chad Pennington, who was a good quarterback. We had Vinny Testaverde, who was a good quarterback. Kenny O'Brien had his moments in the mid-'80s, you know, coming up as a rookie quarterback himself. But this is different. We've got Aaron Rodgers, and this guy has still got it. Now, I'll say this. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's showing signs slowing down a little bit. That's natural because he's older now. But what it is, when he slowed down physically, mentally, he's probably at a higher level than he's probably ever been at this stage of his career. They have no tricks with him. Fact. They're not going to be able to run those zero blitzes like Belichick did on Darnold, and it kind of freaked him out, you know, because he didn't understand what was going on. That's not the case with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will pick you apart. If they run those zero blitzes on him and go to the well once too often, Aaron Rodgers will beat him. There's no doubt about it. He's not Darnold now. He'll capitalize. If you make a mistake, Rodgers will beat you now.
Yeah, he absolutely will. But my question for you, because I want to look at it from the other side of the coin as well. I know everyone's positive, and I am too. But I look at there could be a deficiency up front. I know, like you said as well, we know the Buffalo Bills send pressure. They send blitzes too. And our offensive line ain't worked together all throughout preseason, right? They're trying to gel and build that camaraderie in this first game against the Bills. Are you concerned about this line and the shape that it's in going up against the Bills' defensive front that is monstrous, especially with Mekhi Becton now dealing with some sort of illness? What level of concern do you have for the Jets' offensive line going into Monday night?
Now, the Mekhi Becton, I haven't heard any word about Mekhi. What have you heard about Mekhi?
He missed practice today with an illness. It wasn't disclosed about, at least from what I know, it has not been disclosed what the illness is, right? It could just be a common cold. It could just, I'm not going to speculate on what it is. I'm just saying that we know from Sully himself, okay, that he was not at practice today because he was dealing with an illness. We all know he's a starting right tackle. So my mind starts to think, okay, if he's dealing with the illness today, he missed practice, how good is he going to be? How good is he going to feel? Is his body going to recover? Is he going to be solid when Monday night comes? Because you got to be 100%. Okay? The Bills are not going to go, he's dealing with the flu. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with the flu. Better not. No, they're going to be, he's dealing with the flu. Let me run over Mekhi Becton. Let me run around him because I know he's going to be tired. He's dealing with the flu. So I'm looking at it like, okay, well, outside of just the illness, we know that there's been question marks across the line as a whole, right? Dwayne Brown just basically coming off the pup. He ain't done nothing yet. We got to see, is he better than what he was last year? Everybody's trying to talk about him and giving him a pass because of the shoulder. I've been the one saying consistently, he's got to show me something because he was all right last year, but there was times he was getting abused. What about Laken Tomlinson? No one's talking about him. This needs to be a bounce-back season for him. He was poop last year. He was not good at all.
Yeah.
So this is the year where he's got to step up and get it together. Connor McGovern as well, who's on a one-year deal, wasn't very good last year as well. That's why we drafted Joe Tippmann, who he's still, he's beat out. He's starting, but there's some question marks as well with him. So I'm looking at that and I'm saying, can they properly protect Aaron Rodgers against against the Bills defense that will maul you? And yes, Von Miller's not playing, but they were good before Von Miller. That was just a little more jalapeno added to the spice of the dish. They were already good. Rousseau, Floyd, Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, Matt Milano, I can keep going on with the names. They were already a defense that would absolutely knock your head off. They've been a top defense for a while. So that's my question to you again with looking at the offensive line and the shape it's in. How concerned are you about them properly protecting Aaron Rodgers against the Bills defense that can really get after it?
I say this, at least with what I know about Aaron, he has a quick release. He's a quick processor. He knows where he wants to go with the football, so I think that's going to help. I imagine, at different moments they may set up some max protection. They may slide their protection. I figure they're going to have some tricks up their sleeve. What's good is that Aaron Rodgers is taking control of that offense. He's taking control of it. That's going to be his baby. You know, he and Hackett work well together, good personal friends, but he's taking control of that. It's good we finally have a quarterback that's on that level, understands what he's doing, knows his offense, is going to take control very much the way Peyton Manning did with the Colts and Tom Brady did with the Patriots for much of his career. We're going to see Aaron Rodgers do that for us. See, we're finally reaping the benefits of finally getting ourselves a great quarterback, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and I think he'll get through it. You know what I'm saying? They might be a little nervous, a little jitters because of the energy in the stadium. Everybody's excited. Don't be surprised if you see him have a couple of early 3-and-outs, and then he'll settle down because he's too seasoned, and he's too knowledgeable, and he's too skilled. He'll get in a rhythm. He'll start completing some passes, and then when he puts that first drive together and they score, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Once he does that and gets his timing down, start getting comfortable and kind of exhale and get his first touchdown pass, it's a wrap. That's why I predicted 24-9, that it's going to be a defensive battle in the first half, and then once Aaron, makes the adjustment, when they have the halftime show, they go behind closed doors and they have some discussions about what to do, what adjustments to make, Aaron Rodgers is going to come out there. He's going to execute. He's going to hit those screens, all the things that Zach struggled with last year. He's going to execute flawlessly. He's going to hit those screens. He's going to hit those check downs. Even though that rush is getting through, he's going to figure a way to navigate around Buffalo's pass rush. We're going to move the ball. We're going to just chip away at them. Paper cut.
Yeah.
Death by 1,000 cuts and just slicing them.
Yeah. Now, my final question before I let you go, you bring in the Heat.
Yeah.
Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, they're not on a snap count. According to Sulla, they're a full go. And they're not, going to be counting their snaps. They're just going to let them loose. When you look at the situation, man, how many carries do you think Breece is going to get in this upcoming game? He's fresh, coming off of that injury, cleared off the puppy. He's been looking really good. What are your expectations from this running back group here?
I kind of see a 60-40 thing between those two. But I think early on that 60% will probably be Dalvin Cook. And then as we get closer to mid-season, don't be surprised if it flips back the other way for Breece Hall. Because Breece Hall is our featured back. But what it is, they're probably going to let Dalvin Cook lead and get the first early snaps and let him get out there. And then eventually later on in the season, you'll probably see them on the field together, which is what we're anticipating, seeing that two-back offense with Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook, which is one of the better running back combinations in the league. So, it's just going to take time.
Yeah, it's going to take. It's going to be very interesting to see how they handle Breece Hall and Cook. And again, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Michael Carter. I think he's going to be able to really do some work in this upcoming game. Listen, before I let you go, again, tell us your score again, just so we can, make sure that, again, it's on record. Before I let you go, give me your final score again.
Yeah, my man, DJ Reed, he said he wanted the New York Jets to be one of the next great defenses. I'm anticipating Monday night they're going to come out there and put their money where their mouth is. They're going to beat Buffalo 24-9. They're only going to manage 3 field goals. They will move the ball somewhere. Every time they get in our territory, we're going to put the clamps on them, and that's what's going to frustrate them. It's going to be a very frustrating night. The Jets. This is the game where the Jet defense is going to make a statement. We're going to really enjoy this. We're going to see this defensive line celebrating together, the energy, and how they seem to really get along with one another, and they're really feeding off each other, and it's going to be something to behold.
Something to behold.
And even my man Joe Klecko going to be saying, "Dog, they kind of remind me of somebody." they're really getting in there. Even old Joe going to be saying, "Oh man."
Listen, I got to slide off. I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, my friend. It's always good talking Jets with you.
Same here, buddy. You take care now.
All right, you have a good one. Man, he said they only getting 3 field goals. We beating them. Bad. Look, he get into these lines again. 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers next. We're going to go to King Lowski. We got to talk to Lowski, man. This is that guy. You know what I'm saying? Salutes Lowski. Before we let him even go, just know this man, King Lowski, is a savage. Man, woo! Lowski salutes, baby. We've been talking Jets all day here on the program, and there's been a lot of discussion to be had, all right? DJ Reed comes out, says he thinks the New York Jets defense could be historical. Do you agree with him?
Why wouldn't he be talking like that? Why shouldn't he talk like that, Joe? Are you kidding me? Yeah, all he said is this is the feeling. This is the feeling in the locker room. This is the feeling on the field. Ain't nothing wrong with having confidence in your team. It ain't every year that it ain't like we sitting up here talking about Super Bowl every year. We talking about the feeling in the locker room, the feeling on the field. Are you kidding me? Yeah, he's supposed to say that. We got the feeling of the 85 Bears. We got the feeling of the 2000 Ravens. Yeah, we got that feeling. We got the camaraderie in the locker room. Why he not supposed to say that? Now that we got confidence, we supposed to be on hush mouth. Oh, we supposed to be on hush mouth? For what? For what? No, we're going to say what we got to say. Yeah, that's the feeling. And we're going to show it Monday night. Let's believe that.
Yeah. Listen, Lowski, you talking that talk, baby. You fired up. I'm loving this. I was right there with you. I'm like, hey, what is he supposed to say? Oh, we're just going to be average.
Yes, sir.
We're going to try our best. No. This is the 4th-ranked defense in the league last year that's added weapons and gotten better. Let's get serious.
Yes, sir.
And that sends me to my next point with you, right? I've been talking about how I think the Jets' defense is going to be better because our offense is going to be better with Aaron Rodgers here. They're going to be able to maintain drives. They're going to be able to finish with points. They're going to allow, right, the Jets' defense to be able to catch their breath because the time of possession is going to be better. Here we are matched up with the Buffalo Bills. What is your expectation for the New York Jets offense, mainly Aaron Rodgers, in this upcoming game against the Bills?
My expectations is just for Aaron Rodgers to be him. I don't need Aaron Rodgers to be special at all because we're special on the defensive side of the ball. I need Aaron Rodgers just to be Aaron Rodgers. I don't need him to do nothing special. He's already special. He's already a Hall of Famer. He already showed y'all he's a 4-time MVP. What else he got to show you? All he got to show you is, hey, man, I can beat you with my mind. I ain't got to beat you like Patrick Mahomes beating teams out here. I ain't got to beat you like overrated Josh Allen beating these weak teams out here. I ain't got to beat you like that. I got a great defense that's going to be number 1 this year. You can book that. And all I got to do is rely on my running game, like how you was talking about with the last caller, eliminating the pass rush. You worried about the offensive line? Okay, what did we do to Buffalo last year? We ran it down their throat. Right or wrong, Joe? Okay, then. At the end of the day, to eliminate the pass rush, we get Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall involved, and on a regular basis. And the man already got a quick release. I'm not worried about the offense at all, man. Not at all.
Okay. Now, just to quickly go over to the defensive side, because you on fire, man. I'm a little concerned about the New York Jets defense covering their tight ends, right? Historically, we've struggled. Tight ends and running backs coming out of the backfield, especially screens, on a very aggressive defense will absolutely destroy them. How concerned are you with us covering our tight ends, especially with our linebacker court starting Jamin Stewart, the first time he's going to be a starter, like, for the full time this season? How concerned are you about him at linebacker, and how concerned are you about the New York Jets' coverage ability against tight ends and running backs coming out of that backfield, man?
Joe, I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. If that's the only concern that I have, then I'm not really worried about it. But at the end of the day, I understand that Quan Alexander was our screen man last year. He was the one that was blowing up those screens and those quick passes out of the backfield. Sherwood is going to have to fall in line of that. Michael Carter is one of our best nickel corners, hands down. Okay? He's going to have to give him help over the top. That's how we handle those tight ends. They can throw them double tight ends at us all. You know what that only shows, Joe? That they throwing them 2 tight end sets at us? That means they offensive line is weak themselves. They want to talk all of that crap about our offensive line when they got holes on their offensive line. We're going to get penetration, and they know that. They already know we're going to set the edge for Josh Allen. You can think Josh Allen going to run all game all you want to. We're going to set the edge on his butt. You can best believe that, Joe. We're not playing this year, man. We got, like my man said, we got everything at all 3 levels. Every ingredient we need is at all 3 levels, Joe. The weakest link is at the linebacker. Okay, then, if you want to say that, we got the best secondary in the league. I don't care what nobody say. We got the best secondary in the league. Okay?
Yeah.
So them boys is gonna hold their own. Okay? As long as that pass rush get home, I'm not worried about the linebacker core.
Yeah. Listen, bro. Listen, Lowski, you bringing that heat. Now, before I let you go, man, because you talking that talk, give me your final score prediction. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses this game? How do you think it ends up, man?
Hey, Joe, you're not the only show I call in on, man, and I've been saying this on everybody's show, and I'm going to say it on yours. Ain't nobody scoring more than 13 points on us this year. I don't care what nobody say. You be lucky if you score more than 13 points on us. My final score is 24-3, and they be lucky they get 3. I'm telling you, Joe, we not playing with it.
That boy said 24-3. Lowski talking that talk. Lowski talking
yes,
that
sir.
talk.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
Lowski,
JETS. Yes, baby. All day, Joe.
Absolutely.
I love the show. Keep going, baby. Let's go, Joe.
Thank you. You have yourself a good one, my friend. Listen, Lowski calling in, talking that talk, man. Said 24-3. This Jets defense is the real deal. I'm telling you, real deal. Again, no one tonight has predicted a loss. Nobody. That tells you where we at, how confident we are. We're going to keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Again, when you call in, be patient. We'll get to everybody. Salute to all the savages in the chat. Tim's Collectibles, I see you. Rusty, Ronald Perry, JEGVH. Okay? I see what's going on around here. A lot of these dudes going crazy right now. Savages going nuts in the chat, all right? A lot of questions about Sherwood. I have questions, and he's going to have to answer a lot of questions this upcoming game against the Bills, okay? A lot of people not talking about Jamin Sherwood starting, and I am, all right? I am. So we're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Next, I'm going to go to my guy, Tim. Tim is on the line, and he's going to talk that talk. For those of you that do not know, Tim is a savage.
What's up?
Listen, Tim.
How you doing, Joe? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you good. I can hear you well. Listen, Tim, I've been waiting to talk to you. All right. There's been a lot of fire
it's been a couple weeks
on my show. There's been a lot of fire spitting on my show. All right. A lot of people calling in, fired up tonight. I'm hyped as well. Bills game around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Monday night. Mm-hmm. And I want to get your thoughts on this, man. What are your expectations from Aaron Rodgers? I've been talking to a lot of Jets fans. They're saying, hey, he's got to come out and throw for over 300 yards, have multiple touchdowns to really get me, feeling warm and fuzzy about the direction of this football team. What do you expect out of him, and is that something that he has to do to really make you feel and buy into what the New York Jets will be able to do this season?
Short answer is no. The reason for me behind that, if they come out and they show solid strength on offense, and what I mean by that is they're grinding out tough third downs, they're efficient in that respect, they're efficient perhaps in the red zone game. These are the things I'm going to be looking for. Now, I'm not necessarily looking for expectations from a high score perspective because if you look at Bills Jets historically, they're pretty low scoring games. It's typically a defensive struggle between the two teams. Now, obviously, you have Aaron Rodgers going in. We're going to expect more offense than we've traditionally been able to produce in Buffalo. But people have never seen Aaron Rodgers in this situation play Buffalo. We haven't seen our current roster play Buffalo in this situation. So how do you assign other than just being a football fan and understanding that our team is solid and that we have amazing defensive players, we've kind of sealed up all the holes on offense that we felt were weak. So the general expectation is that we're going to see a lot more offense this season. Our defense, we're expecting them to even step up from last season, maybe be the top squad in the league. And so you can't have one and not the other. So if you have a good offense and a tremendous defense, they should be able to put quite a few points on the board because you would expect the defense to get off the field quite a bit, giving the offense more opportunity, more time on the field in general. I mean, if you look historically at Bills Jets going back in any of the seasons where there was any type of implication going into the game. Low-scoring game, constant frustration that we can't get even the bare minimum of offense to win the game. How many of those games did we see 3 and 4 field goals, right?
Yeah.
So that could be all the difference. I mean, we get 1 or 2 touchdowns, and that could make all the difference in literally every single game this season.
I think last season when we played them, I think we lost, or I think we beat them 20-17, and then we lost to them like 20-12 or something like that. Like you said, very tight game where, and we can all go back and watch those games. There were specific times where if that moment just would have went our way, we probably would have took the game. You know what I'm saying? So they're historically tight games. Yeah. Historically tight games. You said as well.
And I guess you have to think too, right? Like based off of what we just spoke about there, that Aaron Rodgers will make all the difference, right? That's what one has to expect, barring any serious injury. Knock on wood. There's no reason not to expect that this team with the same defense and a much better offense shouldn't be able to take this division. Now, the only thing that I could see keeping them from doing that is that weird X factor that we have in the AFC East, where it's any given Sunday, man. Like Miami can beat any of these teams on any given Sunday. Buffalo could beat any of these teams. You know, it all depends on, and that's why I like Robert Saleh's general philosophy, which is grow the players into great people, great locker room people. You know, define the work ethic as elite, and the rest should fall into place. I really believe that. Yeah. Listen, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped as well. Like you said, Robert Saleh and his philosophies, everything that he's talked about, man, I absolutely love it. And we have, like you said, we have so many great guys in the locker room too. And Connor McGovern even came out and talked about how we've gotten rid of a lot of the bad apples, the guys that were, you know, kind of locker room cancers, and how things have changed around here simply because of that. And you can credit Joe Douglas for that as well. But another guy that I want to talk to you about too, man, that is really a great guy, and I mean, everyone talks about him, Garrett Wilson. Man, I'm so excited for him. He's finally got a quarterback. We know he shattered the rookie receiving record for the New York Jets last season, offensive rookie of the year as well, which is a great wide receiver. Now we're matching up against the Bills this week. You know, on Monday night, the lights are going to be the brightest. Do you think that Garrett Wilson will be able to get over 100 yards against the Bills? What are your expectations for him going up against a Bills secondary that is very good? Tre'Davious White, Hyde, Porter. I mean, they got guys out the wazoo that can get after it. Do you think Garrett will break that 100-yard mark against them to start the season? Unlikely. I think he will have a touchdown. I don't know about 100 yards. I think close to 100 yards. I'm gonna go 75 yards with one touchdown. I just think that's the appropriate expectation going into a Bills defense who arguably has one of the best secondaries in the league, if not the best. So, they're going to focus on Garrett Wilson, and so so what I'm saying is, even if you double our guy, I think he's skilled enough to still get 75 yards and a touchdown. So that means Allen Lazard, if they have any kind of time on offense, that means, I'm expecting Allen Lazard to have a big game. I'm expecting him to be close to 100 yards with a tutty, and maybe we'll even get one. It depends on how the game goes. If it's more of a trench struggle and there's more rushing involved, then this may not happen. But if they are opening it up quite a bit, Aaron Rodgers has some time and there's some opportunities, I could see. This is my prediction: 75 and a tutty for Wilson. We'll go 45 to 60 yards for Lazard, and maybe we'll do a half touchdown on that. I'm not fully sold on the full tutty on him yet. And then I'm thinking McCole Hardman gets like 35-40 with a tutty. Listen, I'm right there with you. Me personally, I think the Bills' game plan is going to be to bracket or double team Wilson and take him completely out the game. I don't think they're going to let us. I mean, of course, nobody's going to let us do anything, but I think that they're looking at it like it's just not going to be him. We're not going to let him go off. You can try us with Lazard and everybody else, whatever else you want to do, but that guy is not going to be the guy.
And that's where I think, like you said as well, I think Lazard is going to be able to have a big-time impact. But I think something that a lot of people are not talking about, the Jets tight end position, C.J. Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, Jeremy Ruckert, I think finally is going to be able to have a big impact in this game. I think our tight end position, and I also think running backs coming out of the backfield, guys like Michael Carter, are really going to be able to have a big-time impact in this upcoming game because of the way I think the Bills are going to try to handle business there. What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, I think that's a tremendous point. Specifically on the I'll address both things, but specifically on the tight ends, it's sort of like a double impact in a positive way. And what I mean by that is what you said, which is they are legit receiving options in our offense. All of these guys, Rucker, Uzomah, and Conklin can all catch the ball. They can all get crucial first downs. They're quality receivers. But not only that, it represents more options to the opponent. That's what I feel like the Jets historically, and I'm not talking about those, one or two seasons that were outliers where we did well. I'm just talking about historically. I feel like the Jets, opponents of the Jets could always come in, and there was always like one running back or one receiver that they had to focus on.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep.
And as soon as they crushed that guy, we were exposed completely, and we couldn't do a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now we don't have that problem anymore, thank God. And now not only do the tight ends represent, better blocking, numerous opportunities to receive the ball in addition to the wide receivers, but what made me think of this when you said that was how many options of formations do they have now? Like legitimate options of formations. They can run, they could run 3-4 different guys out of the backfield. They could run those receivers pretty much in any route they want because they can all do it. All those receivers, maybe minus McCole on the long stuff, but these guys are all very skilled in that respect. And we have Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be able to get it to the open guy, which is something we never could do. We were always just
one trick
telegraphing the pass, and then we would maybe give one check off look to the second guy. That was like the extent of our mental depth at quarterback. No offense, Zach. No offense, anybody else. But that's the truth. I mean, we were for so long we were looking at, okay, the main guy's not open. Let's throw it 2 yards to whoever the hell else is there, and hope for the best. And that's when you remember that, Joe. How many times did we see them pass 4 yards on a 3rd and 12, or behind the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 3, right? And then just get smoked for a loss for like 4 yards, and you're like, what are you doing? Yeah, they just had no options. They just had no options
on 3rd and 12. Yeah.
They had no options.
15, screen to Berrios, drives over.
and I think that's going to. I think that's going to be the
3rd and 20.
That's going to be the major That's going to be the major weakness of our opponents coming in, Joe. I really do think that. I really think a lot of these opponents are coming in with this holdover, same old Jets mentality, and they're not recognizing what the Jets fan base has recognized, which is this is a completely new world for us. We have never been so blessed in our lives. We have seen the inside detail. We have followed. That's the other thing is that as fans, we have seen this, come to fruition over the course of 4 or 5, 6 years. So we know that the moves were correct. We know that the holes were plugged. We know that the weaknesses were addressed. And so, that's why we're so high on ourselves. But the rest of the league and their fan base, they don't understand that, and they're gonna understand it real soon.
Oh yeah.
That this isn't the same old, Jets that they're coming into play. And I can't wait to watch it. I think it's going to be fantastic. So excited.
Yeah, listen, Tim, you are bringing the heat, man. That's a fact. A lot of people are not ready for what the New York Jets are bringing to the table. And so this is my final question before I let you go because we're short on time. Josh Allen, I'm concerned about his mobility. I'm concerned about his power when he runs. I'm concerned about him extending drives with his feet. Give me your thoughts about Josh Allen facing this Jets pass rush. Do you think we'll be able to get pressure on him? Do you think we'll be able to harass him enough to have that turn into turnovers?
Yes, I do. I fully do. It depends on what the game plan is, because if you look at some of the stuff they did in preseason, they're only putting up 4 linemen, right? So, they historically have been able to get pressure almost on every team with just those 4 guys because they're studs. But with Buffalo, I do think that they might have to bring 1 or 2 extras or disguise a few blitzes to really shake Allen up, because they're not always going to be. Now, while I'm confident our pass rush is going to get in on him quite often, we're not always going to be able to pull off that Jermaine Johnson ankle tackle, right? So if they can set the edge properly and maybe bring Sauce Gardner and some of the corners up into a closer position on the line, and kind of negate that whole screen game that Buffalo plays when they get pressure on Josh, that would be, to me, a good game plan, because I think that they can set the edge on Josh, meaning he's not going to be able to scramble out wide, and those guys in the middle are just going to be dogs, and eventually, if you give them 2-3 seconds, they're going to break through on them. So the key is not letting them get out wide. We've shown in the past that we've been able to do that with I would even venture to say 75% of what our pass rush is now. So I'm confident. I don't want to go too long because I know you're up. But.
No, listen, I hear you. And again, we're short on time, but you are bringing the fire with your take. So before I let you go, Tim, give me your final score prediction. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think this game ends up?
I'm going to go 24-17 Jets.
24-17 Jets. All right.
And I'm going to say one more thing, Joe, one more thing. I think it's going to be on a fourth quarter drive, Aaron Rodgers winning touchdown to Garrett. Well, I'm not going to say who, because I'll just say winning touchdown, Aaron Rodgers, 17-17, final drive, touchdown, place goes berserk. We win, the division just off that game alone.
All right. Listen, Tim, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right, my friend?
Absolutely, sir. Have a great night. Good talking to you.
All right, you have a good one. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, we're short on time, so we're going to get to our final caller, or our next caller, excuse me. We're coming to Mac. We're going straight to Mac, all right? Mac, it is your time to talk, man. Again, we're short on time. Mac, give me your thoughts. Bills, Jets, Monday Night Football. What are your expectations from Aaron Rodgers and his offense?
Joe, I think we're going to smoke them. I really do.
Okay.
I'm not even worried about it.
So you think Aaron Rodgers is going to roll out there, we're going to take care of business and really destroy them offensively?
Yeah, I do have. I'm not worried about Aaron Rodgers. He's going to do his thing and we'll score enough. What I don't think Buffalo's lying. They got a rookie playing guard, Joe, and I think this guy's going to get a very unpleasant welcome to the NFL.
Okay.
Now, one thing I really wanted to focus on, I hadn't heard a lot of people say, is, we've been so vulnerable to the short stuff, meaning those tight ends, running backs over the middle, and out in the flats. And you were talking about Jamie and Sherwood. You were talking about Jamie and Sherwood. I mean, this guy's converted safety. They're going to throw a lot of two tight end out. They got this new kid out of Utah. I think his name is Dalton something or other. And he's going to be like a big. Say again?
Dalton Kincaid. That's his name. Yeah.
He's going to be like a big slot for him. I mean, I think the Buffalo Bills are going to do a lot of dink and dunks, but they're not going to be able to do a whole lot down the field. And if we can keep them from going crazy over the middle and getting down the field too easy, I don't think we're going to have any trouble at all.
Okay. Now again, Mac, we're short on time, so I'm going to have to let you go. But before I do, give me your final score prediction. Jets, Bills. How do you think this game ends up?
I'm going 31-16, Joe. And one other little stat.
31-16 Jets?
Yes. And Quentin Williams.
Go ahead and finish up.
Quentin Williams has 3 sacks in 1.5 games last year against Buffalo.
All right. Listen, Mac, I want to thank you for calling, and you have yourself a good one, my friend. Listen, we are short on time. Your boy got to get up out of here before Blog Talk starts hating, okay? I'm just keeping it real with you, all right? I love Blog Talk, but they be quick to try to shut your boy down, all right? So before we get up out of here, I'm going to give you folks my final score prediction. I think this is going to be a really good game to watch. I'm excited for it. I'm expecting the Jets offense to kind of come out the gate, maybe stumble a little early, maybe 2 3-and-outs on the first drive, something like that. The first 2 drives, we might see some 3-and-outs. But I think they'll gain their footing, get things together. Again, there's some new guys, things rolling. I'm a little concerned about the Jets' offensive line. I'm worried about them properly protecting, Aaron Rodgers, especially, again, with Becton with this illness. I'm wondering what's going on with him, if he's going to be 100% fully ready. Again, we don't know what the illness is. I'm not going to speculate. But, we all know how, illnesses can tax your body, okay? So, but again, it doesn't sound like anyone's too worried at the Jets facility, but we'll see what happens going forward. But I'm a little concerned about this offensive line and the cohesion. Hopefully they'll be able to get that together quickly. The Jets defense, I think, is going to maul the Bills, though. And the only thing I'm concerned about is Allen trying to utilize his feet, them overrunning him as they run past or blow through this offensive line. Overrunning him and giving him a lane, but other than that, he's going to feel the pain. Let me tell you something. I know Josh Allen's a big guy, and that's all well and good, but he's going to get blasted, okay? Bryce Huff, Jermaine Johnson, Quentin Williams, Will McDonald, they're going to bring pain down on that man, and they're going to rain hell upon him. So he better be ready for that. And I think that's going to turn into some turnovers because he has a propensity to throw interceptions when he gets frazzled. That's how he beat them the first time. So with all that said, I do think it's going to be a tight game, though. I don't think we're going to blow them out. I think the Jets are going to pull away, a little bit later in the game after some key turnovers. And I think the New York Jets take it after, some drives, mid-fourth, late fourth. I think the Jets will beat the Buffalo Bills 24-14. 24-14, I'm taking it. Now I have to close up the show because we are super short on time. Listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. Y'all hear it. My content's up there. Okay? Please like that page. My content's up there. Also, give me some feedback. I love going back and forth with you folks about what I do here. So leave me some feedback. Let me know how you folks feel about what I'm doing here on the Long Beach Joe Show. I am also on Twitter as well. Going over to Twitter, type in @The Long Beach Joe, @The Long Beach Joe on Twitter, okay? Listen, follow me. I'll follow you right back. And I will be there with my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times, for anyone that wants to troll me, I will be under that bridge with that Vera Tucker jersey on. ATV is going to dominate, okay? Fight on. Your boy is also on YouTube as well for those of you that listen to the podcast and haven't seen the YouTube. Come on over to the YouTube. It's Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets, okay, on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. And please give the videos a thumbs up and share them across social media with your friends and family. And for everyone, okay, out there, listen, when you see me in person, because you will see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone that will cost you absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to call in, interact with me, all the savages in the chat, everybody that listens to the show. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Without you, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to do all those things. So until the next show, you folks have a good one. Peace.